Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the WPS podcast. That is Why People Suck. I'm Celia, and I'm joined by my co host, best friend, and sister, Alejandra.
Hi, everyone. Glad to be back for another episode where we call out all the ways people are super annoying and talk about what we can actually do about it. We say it so you don't have to. Today, we're talking about people who make expensive plans and expect everyone to be a part of it because some people don't just invite you to plans, they draft you into financial obligation, which, in my opinion, is so rude.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. If you haven't consented to everything and they just expect that you're going to be able to do everything they want, that's just not okay because people have different goals in life, different salaries, different responsibilities. And it just seems like some people are so oblivious to that and drag you into situations that you don't want to be in.
Yeah, no, there's some people though that I think one of the bigger ones is not everyone has the same interests as you.
Hmm.
So if you're just like, I'm gonna plan my, I don't know, whatever, 30th birthday party in, I don't know, Tahiti. Like, I don't wanna do that. That is not something I want to do. It's just
Absolutely.
not. Or I don't wanna do it right now because for me, for example, I have little kids. I don't wanna go that far. And if I'm gonna go that far, then I need to stay for X amount of time to make it worth it. And I'm not gonna leave my kids for that long. Also, it's expensive, and that's not really what I wanna spend my money on. I'd rather spend it on a trip to, Europe. That to me is more my vibe, or Australia or something. I don't know. Just it's just not the thing that I wanna do. So don't make me feel guilty when I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't wanna do that."
Yeah, yeah, like planning an event for yourself
Yeah.
and making people spend a lot of money on that. Yeah, I definitely try my very best. Like if I celebrate my birthday to make it just low key, you don't need to spend money if you don't want to. Because yeah, I was like, for a 30th birthday, that would be insane to go on a trip to Tahiti. Can you imagine?
I know. Yeah, no, I was just trying to come up with some
No, no, no,
ridiculous.
but these ridiculous things do happen.
Exactly. Some people are totally clueless. Um,
Yeah.
I do have a friend that invited us to go to, I can't remember where it was. It was a Caribbean island, and I'm totally blanking on where it was. But she was totally like, "Look, this is what I'm doing for my 40th. Like, you guys are more than welcome. No pressure. I'm not gonna be mad if you don't wanna go. I'm just inviting you because if you wanna come, great. If not, totally get it."
Mhm.
And we were like, "No, we're good. We don't wanna do that." And
Yeah.
and it was also like, "Oh, and kids are invited." And I was like, "Oh, no, definitely not."
Yeah, not a
For
relaxing
me,
vacation for
no.
you.
Yeah, no.
But that's actually a good way to put it because, yes, there are times that you are planning something for yourself and you're like, "Oh, it would be nice if friends wanted to do it too," but they use it as an
Yeah,
opportunity to explore or do something that they also wanna do. It's not like you're imposing something.
yeah.
And that also makes me think about, like, bachelorette or bachelor parties too that are often trips. I think leaving the door open to say, like, "I understand it's expensive. This is if you can and wanna do it." Like, I know like, there are gonna be constraints, but it's not like you're forcing people to do anything or, like, making them feel guilty about it, which I think some people do, or you just expect that everyone's gonna be on board with it. Like, that's the problem here, I think.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest ones is, weddings and wedding events when people especially if you're a bridesmaid or a groomsman, it's like you're expected to obviously come to the wedding, which, duh, if you've accepted this role, that's obviously you're gonna have to make it to the wedding.
Yeah.
But then you're also expected to travel for the bachelorette or bachelor party, and you're expected to go, for the women for the bridal shower, which I did that for one of my friends, and it was, 2 weeks before the wedding was no, it was, a month before the wedding was the bridal shower, and she, made me feel so guilty about not being able to go, and I was like,
Ah,
"Okay, but I'm gonna be there in, 3 weeks for the bachelorette party,"
yeah.
and then I literally, I had to I think the bachelorette party was, Friday to Sunday, and I flew out Sunday night, and then I turned around on Thursday and flew back for the wedding so I could be there for Friday for the rehearsal,
Mhm.
and then the wedding on Saturday, and it was just that it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't really expect people to be at all events, I think, and I tried with my wedding planning to be very clear about that, and then with my bridesmaids, I also was like, I would love you to be a bridesmaid, but I would understand if there are things that you cannot do.
Mhm,
And I also paid like for the dress and the makeup because I wanted them to wear a certain dress and things like
mhm,
that depends, right? Like it depends on how you all do it, but I wanted to do it because I knew they were spending
mm.
money to come to the wedding, and most of them were able to do my bachelorette party.
Yeah, and it was a
So,
destination wedding also and a destination bachelorette party, but you were
yeah.
also, like, very chill about it. You were like, "I get it if you can't make it."
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
Although with the destination wedding, I do get a little bit mad when people say that because that's actually my home
yeah.
country. When
I know.
people were being, like, kind of, about that where I live in London, I was like, "Yo, it's not a destination wedding, actually.
Yeah.
I am destination living." So,
Yeah, true, true, yeah.
I get it if you can't afford to go there. I'm just like, I'm inviting you,
Right.
though.
Yeah. Oh, but circling back to my story, that friend ended up being the worst bridesmaid for me. She didn't show up to anything, not one single thing. She didn't even wanna show up to, like, when we're getting ready in the morning. Do you remember that?
Yes,
She
I
was just like,
do.
I'm so tired." And I was like, "You need to come." Like, you didn't show up to the bachelorette party, you didn't show up to the bridal shower, you didn't show up to literally anything,
She
and I wasn't mad
didn't.
about it.
Mhm.
The only expectation I had was that she show up to the wedding and, like, to get ready with us and take the pictures and stuff. She's not even in half the pictures because she was, like, 3 hours late.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Relating back to our last episode about people being late, what the
Ah,
heck? On a
yes.
wedding morning as a
Yes.
bridesmaid? Oh,
Yep.
wow.
And I wanted all of us to get ready together. Like, I wanted to have time with my friends and, and have, like, that chill morning and, like, have some champagne and, like, be chill. And instead I was like, "Where is she? She's so late. What is going on?" And I was so annoyed.
Jeez.
I wasn't, like, that annoyed really because I was so distracted by other things, but I remember just being like, "Wait, where is she? She's still not here? Oh my god."
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And you were happy with the ones of us who were there
Yeah,
to
and
be supportive and happy.
yeah, and now we're, like, not even that close anyway, obviously.
Mm,
So I'm kinda glad that she's not in a lot of the photos.
yeah. Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Man, but going back to this, like the people who just have these expectations of you spending a lot of money on things, there's been occasions where I go out with lots of friends and then we go to a restaurant. Some people will be drinking a lot of booze or they'll get like very expensive items on the menu. And then there's people who don't want to drink or whatever, or they're they, like, just get a salad or something, I don't know, and then at the end, people are like, "Oh, let's just split the bill," and I'm always like, "Absolutely not, like, so and so didn't share the bottle of wine or didn't do that, or I just had a salad, something, like, I'm not gonna pay, like, $200 for a salad and a glass of water."
Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous. No. Yeah, I went to a birthday like that where the host was like, "I'll just pay for everything and then I'll just tell everybody what they owe." And then she emails us and she's like, "Okay, if you didn't drink, you don't have to pay anything. If you did drink, then you have to pay $75."
Huh?
And we were like, "I'm sorry, what?" I didn't drink because I was pregnant, so I
Yeah.
didn't have to pay anything. My husband had 1 drink. So I was like, "Okay, fine, $75 between the 2 of us. Okay, that's probably what we would have spent."
Mhm.
Probably not though because I didn't drink and it was a pizza place. So
Yeah.
it was still a lot, but I was like, "Okay." But if I had to pay that times 2, I would have been pissed. Real
Yeah.
pissed.
Absolutely, like, someone needs to say
Yeah.
something. Yeah, it's important to just stand up for that because I don't know what it is, if it's selfishness or just people being so unaware that, well, we're all on different paths and we're
Yeah.
not like we don't have the same budget for stuff, and people just assume that.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it for me is not necessarily even the budget. It's like I don't wanna spend that much on this thing that's not, like, important. It's not as important to me. Like, it's important, sure, I wanna come to your party, but it's not important enough for me to spend $200 on dinner.
Mhm.
I don't wanna do that. Like, I don't even do that for myself,
Yeah.
So why do I wanna do it for anybody else? It's
Yeah.
just like yeah. And then there's just people that are like, ugh, they have this like the 400 only $400 delusion where it's like, "Oh, well, that's, if you break it down, it's only $400 and that's super affordable." But it's like, well, that is all relative. Like $400 might be fine for you, but it might not be fine for me. And
Yeah.
again, it also depends on the activity. It's like I might want to spend $400 on that thing, but maybe I don't because it's not that important to me.
Yeah, actually, I agree
So,
with that. Like, when I travel, I'm not much of a foodie person.
mm,
Obviously, food is awesome and you gotta try, like, things in different cultures, but I'm not one to go to, like, Michelin star restaurants. I have a friend who loves to do that, and when he
yeah,
comes to London, he'll be like, "Do you wanna go to this Michelin star restaurant?" And I'm like, "Actually, I'll meet you for drinks. I do
sure.
not wanna do that because that's so much money." And I rather spend my money on travel and, like, activities, seeing the world rather
Yeah.
than, like, stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, food is an experience, I get it, but I don't wanna pay for that much for a
Yeah.
food experience, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think we're the same in that. Like, I love to travel and I'll pay for the experiences, but also, like, for example, we went to Italy and the pizza is delicious. I could have paid a lot of money to go eat at a super nice restaurant for pizza, but why? It's just as good as a place that's like a mom and pop.
Yeah.
And there where you get the real feel of how it is. Like, yeah, I'm not much of a like white tablecloth fine dining person. I'm like,
Mm.
give me the street pizza, give me the tacos on the like the taco truck, you know, like the hot dogs on the vendors in New York, the hot dogs. Like that's what I'm here for. The authentic like street food.
Yeah, absolutely. And thinking about this too, like having friend groups who always have to like get together and do something quote nice. I'm just like, no, I just want to see you. Like we don't have to spend $500 every time we see each other cuz then it's going to make me not want to see you. Like
Yeah.
that's not the point. The point is to spend time together. And I hate when that happens, especially I've had occasions where friends are like, "Oh yeah, yeah, no, I totally get it. Like right now we're also saving money. So let's just get something cheap to eat. And then we end up at some restaurant where I pay way more than I had anticipated. I'm like, damn, this is, you did
Yeah.
not listen to
You
what
said
I
cheap.
was saying. Yeah, you did not listen to me. And now I'm mad at you.
Yeah. And then do you have the friends that are just like, everything has to be a theme. So then you have to go and like buy a different outfit for like this birthday party or for this get together for like every it's like, oh, it's 80s theme today and then it's 70s theme and oh, now it's roller skate theme and it's like I don't want all that. But then you feel weird showing up to the party and or to the event not being like dressed appropriately. I don't
I
know.
actually don't have that problem. I have the opposite problem in London. I feel like British people are boring. That seems so mean. And also, it's not just British people, it's whoever probably that I know in the
Yeah.
UK that's like, oh, I want to do themed things because that's fun. And it reminds me of college in the US where like we had so many themed parties.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be like, "Oh, yeah, you have to, like, get a proper outfit and a proper costume." No, like, be creative, do it cheaply, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
those ABC parties, anything but clothes or something.
Yeah.
Like
Or like picking a color, like that's fine. Like, a
yeah,
lot of the bachelorette parties, everybody will be like, oh, just wear black one night. Everybody just wears black, and that's easy. That's
yeah,
fine. But then there are some that's like, oh, let's do a group gift. And then the group gifts ends up being even more expensive than something that you would have just gotten yourself out of the
yeah.
registry or something. I don't like group gifts. That's one of
Oh,
my
man,
ugh.
yes. This actually happened
Yeah.
when I was sorry, not me leaving. Someone left my old job and someone in our group of friends just bought this expensive bottle of whiskey because he's like, "Oh, I think she would like it." And then we all had to pitch in and I was like, "I wish you would have told me before."
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was not cool.
Yeah. No, if you're going to do that, if you're going to be the one that picks the gifts, be like, this is how much it's going to cost.
Yeah,
Is
before.
everybody okay with that?
Yeah, yeah, like, you have to agree on things before you go ahead and book stuff or
Yeah.
buy stuff
Yeah.
that you're gonna make other people pay for.
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And also thinking about that, I've seen so many funny reels and memes that are like, when you're fighting for your life and you get added to a Japan 2026 trip group chat.
Oh my
And this
god, yeah.
literally has happened to me for, like, a ski trip. First of all, I've never been skiing, I don't know how to ski,
It's expensive,
and it's
whether
so
you know or not.
expensive, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa, hold up," and then at some point, I was like, "Okay, like, if you tell me, like, more or less what it's gonna cost and what's the plan," but, like, it was not my husband and I were not committing, and then a few days later in the group chat They're like, "Can we get your full names to put you down for skiing?" And I was like, "Wait, hold up.
What? So you can sign the waiver?
Yes. No, literally." And I was like, "Hold on. I don't even know how much this is gonna cost. I haven't said yes." And again, skiing is not something that I wanna do
Oh,
necessarily.
but they've signed you up for classes. Don't you wanna go?
I do.
You can be there with the 5-year-olds.
Yeah. And yes, it's like for a special occasion for someone, but again, it's like I wanna celebrate you, but I don't want to feel guilted into, like, having to spend a lot of money to celebrate someone because I wouldn't wanna put someone in that position for me. So
Yeah.
it's like an empathy thing for me, like, you need to think about it from other people's perspective.
Yeah, and it's like it again, it's back to the whole, like, it might be important to you, but it might like, to spend that much money on this, but it's not fair to ask somebody else to do that because you just don't know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I read some ridiculous stories, and I rounded up the top 4 that I thought were really funny. I thought we could talk about them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so the first one is a girl planned a birthday trip and required everyone to wear coordinated outfits for each day. And if you didn't participate, you couldn't be in the photos.
What? Okay, first off, a birthday trip.
I know.
This is like with birthday trips, I don't know how I feel about that. I have been on a birthday trip before, and I don't know, it's just like birthdays I do think birthdays are awesome and important, and I do love to celebrate mine, but as I was saying, like, I do it cheaply because I don't wanna make my friends, like, pay for a lot of stuff, especially in
And hate
London.
you.
Yes, especially in London, like yeah. But first of all, it's a birthday trip, and then you're also making people pay for outfits and excluding them after they paid so much money to just be there.
Yeah,
This girl is crazy. Did she end up losing all her friends?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope that no one actually did the coordinating outfits and the whole plan just like fell apart. That would be
Yeah.
great. Actually, you can't be in the photo because you look ridiculous in your stupid outfit.
Yeah, you don't match our aesthetic.
Yeah, which is normal.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, someone charged their friends a planning fee for organizing the trip.
Wait, what?
Dude, what?
No.
No.
That's
That
crazy.
is so insane. If you
Yeah.
volunteered to do this, you can't do that to people.
Yeah.
Also, no one has to plan anything. Some people like to go on vacation and wing it. If
Mhm.
you're not one of those people, you make the plans for yourself and you say, "This is what I'm doing." Because I've done that before where I like to have, like, somewhat of a loose plan of what we're gonna do each day, so just so we're not like, "What do we do? What do we do?" And then we end up not doing stuff.
Yeah, same.
But I would just be like, "I'm doing this. You guys are more than welcome to come with me, but if you don't want to, that's totally fine, and I don't expect people to wanna do what I wanna do 24/7." That's crazy.
Yeah. No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
Also, I
would
like planning trips, so I can't relate.
Oh, yeah, I totally love planning trips
Mhm.
too, so if I could get paid to do that although, I thought about that and I'm like, "But I wanna do it for myself." It would make me sad to plan this amazing itinerary and not go on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one we kinda talked about already, a group dinner where one person ordered 4 cocktails and everyone split the bill evenly. Yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
That's no, that's not happening.
Another reminder of the Friends,
Yeah.
which we love, the episode where they all go to dinner to celebrate Monica and they have to, again, like I was saying, do something nice rather than just like celebrate her in other ways. And then 3 of them just get really cheap stuff because they're like not as well off as the other 3. And then they're like, oh yeah, let's split the bill. And that's just like, no.
Yeah, and then, of course, one of the friends just freaks out and is like, "No, absolutely not. I got a tiny little soup.
Yeah.
I am not paying $75 or whatever the crazy amount was for that."
Yeah, but that is actually good advice. Stand up for yourself, say no, maybe also manage expectations beforehand. I
Mhm.
think that's probably best
Yeah, yeah.
just to make everything go smoother. Like you don't want to fall out with friends for this, little thing, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It would be easy to be like, "Look, I don't love the splitting the bill thing. If you guys wanna do that, that's fine. Can you just exclude me?" Or, like, you can even tell the waiter, like, "Can you just bring me my check separately?"
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't wanna be awkward about it.
Yeah, and you know what I've done with friends on
Mhm.
trips?
Mhm.
There's an app called Splitwise. I there's probably lots of different ones, but you
Mhm.
can, like, itemize what each person has, like, we take a picture of the receipt, and then we
Oh.
assign, like,
Uh-huh.
"Okay, this person got this, and then it splits, like, the tax and the tip and stuff, and then at the end of the trip, you just settle it all out."
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
great.
No, that's been really good when we travel together.
Yeah, that's really smart. All right. Good to know.
Yeah.
And then the last one is another one that we touched on. A bridesmaid was expected to attend 3 separate trips before the wedding, kind of very similar to what happened to me. And then that bridesmaid and then when she was my bridesmaid, she ended up sucking. But that's separate. That's a
Mm,
separate issue, but yeah, I feel like that happens a lot where, like, when you're a bridesmaid, you're expected to go to all these events, and it's like, if you don't live in the same city, that's just rude, it's selfish.
mhm.
You can't expect people to spend all this money. Flying is expensive, even driving is expensive, gas is expensive.
Yeah,
As long I think at the end of the day, as long as they're there for you on the big day, all of the other events are just that. They're events and they're fun and it's cool to celebrate, but you can't expect every single person that's coming to the wedding or that is in your wedding party to attend all of these events. It's a lot. It's expensive. And
yeah.
you also have to think like a lot of this stuff happens around the same time for people. So you're probably going to multiple weddings in a year. You might be in multiple weddings in a year
Mm,
plus all the other events, right? Like, I don't know, your parents might be turning, some big age and they might have to have a party and you might have to fly over there. So it's like people's circumstances are different and you just have to, keep that in mind. It's not about offending you. Nobody's trying to offend you. It's
yeah.
just a matter of circumstance.
Yeah, and I also when people get mad at you for not wanting to pay a lot of money for an activity or an event or something like that, it's rude because they don't know your circumstance because again, it might not be that you have other events, but maybe you are saving up for a big trip that you've always wanted to do or you're saving up for a down payment for a house or you're studying or whatever it is, like it doesn't have to be something visible, like that you say, "Oh, I don't have the money because 'cause I'm doing this other thing." It's like for something future, like whatever, you know?
Yeah. Also, another thing that just occurred to me is like not everybody has unlimited PTO. Like some people have to, they get like 2 weeks a year. So it's like you can't expect people to use all of their PTO on you. They have to use it for their own stuff, like to be able to go home or like something like you said, like maybe they were planning a trip for themselves that year.
Yeah,
So it's just not fair to put that on somebody else. I think it's fine to invite people to expensive things. It's not fine to expect them to say yes.
totally. Yeah. And I think you just need to make that very clear.
Mhm.
Like, "Okay, this is what I'm doing, and I would like you to be there. I totally understand if you cannot, because I've been in that position before and probably will be in the future, so, like, I get it. I just
Yeah.
want you to feel included." I guess is, like, a good way to
Yeah.
to put it, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like you want them to be there, but you totally understand if they can't be.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so listeners, we would love to hear any stories of like ridiculous expensive expectations that you've been presented. If you have any, please comment, send us some DMs or comment on our posts on our social media. We'd love to hear your stories.
Yeah, and also if you have any advice on how you have dealt with that or,
Yeah, for sure.
that would be helpful too because we've all been there and I'm sure we will all be there.
Yeah.
So remember to follow us at the WPS podcast and we'll see you next time. We said it so you didn't have to.
Bye. See you next time.